What's going on, everyone? Nuclear Ninjas here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my first battles of Season 10. I decided to go into the Remix Cup for my early sets. The team is, I don't know, on the lead with some move as a quick move and some other move as a charge move. I'm running a Pokemon as my safe swap with an attack and one or two other attacks, and I've got a closer that also probably has some way to deal damage. That's right, I went AutoRekt, meaning if I lose, it actually is the algorithm. With all that said, let's get into the battles. So jumping into my first battle, my team is Haunter, Regirock, and Whimsicott. And you can see I'm just going through here, just checking all the movesets real quick, because I am allowed to do that, even if I'm not allowed to change the team. We pick up a battle right away against Joquin79, and we get Haunter into Pidgeot, which is absolutely awful, because Pidgeot is going to obviously double resist Shadow Claw. So I go out to Whimsicott, which is slightly less awful, because Charm is just broken when it's not resisted, and my opponent makes a very slow rank 1 level swap into Berserker. So I'm going to go for the Grass Knot, and we actually get a shield with Grass Knot. And then my opponent decides they're going to farm up a ton of energy and then throw instead of farming me all the way down because, again, rank 1. And now I'm like, okay, the win con here is Regirock, so I'm just going to come in with Haunter, and I'm going to take a ton of damage from Shadow Claw, but I'll still be able to hopefully farm this thing down before it gets to 2 moves, which I do. And then the question is, yep, they come back in with the Pidgeot because they know that's a really good matchup for them, but I now have a Sludge Bomb loaded. So we go for the Sludge Bomb, get the shield, go into Regirock. Pidgeot cannot touch Regirock. My opponent goes into Primeape, and normally this would be really bad for Regirock, but Primeape is pretty glassy, and I have an energy lead, so with shields down, goodbye Primeape. Then the Pidgeot comes back out, and Regirock just doesn't really care about anything Pidgeot wants to do, so Feather Dance comes through, I don't care. He's going to throw another move. I figure might as well shield at this point, because why not? It's a Brave Bird. I don't know if that would have KO'd, but in any case, we're going to be able to get to the Zap Cannon, and even debuffed, Zap Cannon can take out a half-health Pidgeot, third-health Pidgeot, whatever. And that is a, not going to say comfortable first win, but we pulled it off with that mess of a team. Jumping into my next battle, we've got, that time I'm pretty sure, I didn't even catch what that was now that I'm doing the audio recording because it sped up. But in any case, we've got a Frostlass lead into a Seviper. Now this is a little sketchy because Seviper, oh right, Frostlass, Diggersby, and Poliwrath. So this is actually sort of a meta team I got this time, and the reason I didn't go in to check moves is because all of these Pokemon are fully built. I remember building them, and I know what moves they have. So we land a Scald on the Toxicroak, and at this point, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm comfortable just letting the Poliwrath go here and taking a little bit more farm on Frostlass, because Frostlass with energy is extremely dangerous. My opponent brings out an Electrode, and at this point I am kind of honestly wishing I'd taken Switch, because Diggersby on Electrode would have been so dominant. But we're going to be able to take both shields from the Electrode pretty easily, and now we go into Diggersby, and I'm like, go ahead, hit me with a Hyper Beam. Come on, Hyper Beam me. You can do this. Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam. Yes, he has Hyper Beam. Score. I don't shield Hyper Beams. It's against my moral beliefs. Seviper comes in. Now, Seviper, I have no moral qualms about shielding against, even if this is just a Poison Fang. It is a Crunch, so that was the right play on my part. And I'm like, okay, I can Fire Punch this thing. Seviper's pretty glassy. I'll be able to Mud Shot down, and okay, I won't be able to Mud Shot down. Seviper didn't take quite as much as I thought because Diggersby is so tanky. But in any case, we have a shield left yet, so we're going to be able to easily get to the Earthquake against this Electrode. And Electrode is down. So, pretty comfortable win number 2, but that's what happens when you actually have meta Pokemon in rank 1. Jumping in my next battle, we've got Mamoswine, Alolan Geodude, and Miltank, and these Pokemon, my Mamoswine is built, but apparently I never TM'd Ancient Power away. That's just a Community Day Pokemon. And then the Miltank is obviously garbage. But on the bright side, I do have a pretty meta Alolan Geodude at level 50, so that's cool. Ivysaur picking up a lead. My opponent swaps to an Abomasnow, and okay, 231 CP on Abomasnow. The Turtwig has 15 CP, and the Ivysaur has 1,360 CP. And I'm like, this is almost certainly going to get shielded, so might as well go for the boost. I lag a little bit, or maybe I just actually went down that fast. I bring in the Alolan Geodude because I figure I can get to a Rock Slide and take the last shield, even though I don't think Miltank is even going to get to a move. But fortunately, Razor Leaf doesn't get to moves anytime soon, and we can tackle down before they get to the moves to get my shields and land anything, or Razor Leaf me down. So yeah, given my opponent only had one Pokemon, that actually ended up being a really close battle. So you do you. And now I noticed, it chose my Bibarel that's not actually built because reasons. The Heatmore is also trash. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Like, I don't even understand the logic there. Like, why would they ever think that a 13-something single move Bibarel was better than the one that's actually built for PvP? But in any case, we pick up a positive lead against Glaceon. My entire team actually beats Glaceon here. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable just letting this go, because I know I can resist it and tank it. I wish I'd thrown that Hyper Fang right away, but I didn't think Glaceon with Frost Breath would get to the move quite that quick. And now my opponent brings out a very scary Confusion Hoopa. And I'm like, I don't really want my Rainy Castform because that's like my meta Pokemon on this thing. So I'm just going to bring in the Heatmore and maybe try to deal a ton of Fire Spin damage so Rainy Castform can close in the end after I get Confusion down. And I realize here that if I shield, I'm going to be able to get another Flamethrower off or Fire Spin off, and also go for the Power-Up Punch. They shield the Power-Up Punch again, and then we Fire Spin down. Heatmore is a Hoopa counter, apparently. And then my opponent has a Jinx in the back, and yeah, this is over because I'm just going to be able to shred through this thing's health with Fire Spins. I swap into the Castform there and Water Gun down to finish it. So another pretty comfortable win in rank 1. Going into my next battle, we've got the shiny, I think that was the shiny Shadow Scizor, and I missed the other two Pokemon. Once again, these appear to be Pokemon that I actually already kind of knew what they had. Yeah, Bibarel, because this time it actually gave me my Bibarel that's built for PvP. It gave me the shiny Shadow Scizor, and it gave me my Slowpoke. Oh, score! It hit my level 50 Slowpoke up for being in the back. And the Pidgeot obviously here is just going to stay in, and you know how Pidgeots work. They throw gusts and then they throw feather dances. I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that you have Brave Bird. 90% of all Pidgeots are single move feather dance. I don't know why people would be... It's better Pokemon if you actually run Brave Bird, but for some reason no one really wants to. I can't figure it out. Bringing the Scizor Bullet Punch down, we've got energy loaded. Alolan Marowak is a very dangerous Pokemon for the Scizor to go up against, but the good news is Night Slash is super effective. So what I'm thinking here is I might go down with the Slowpoke, but then if I can just get shields down and go for a Night Slash, I can wipe out the Alolan Marowak. So we get a shield from the Lucario with Psyshock, and at this point I'm like, I'm just going to let this go, because I kind of need him to bait as a win con. If he'd gone Shadow Ball there, I was in serious trouble. Now we're going to shield because this could be the Shadow Ball, but it's another Power-Up Punch, which is kind of unfortunate because it means I can throw 2 Confusions. Okay, I managed to farm down anyway. And now we're going to Water Pulse the Alolan Marowak. Let's see if we can not quite take it out, but the Confusion does. Shiny Shadow Scizor did like nothing that battle, but it's not always a full team effort. And there you go. We pick up our Pyroar, and you will notice that was a 5-0 running AutoRekt teams. Not that impressive when you're in rank 1, but I figured it was as good a time as any to do AutoRekt. So overall, would I recommend AutoRekt as a team in Great League Remix? Well, I did go 5-0, so I think it should be pretty obvious. Yeah, obviously this is not a real strategy. You knew that before you even clicked here. Like the video if you like the video, dislike if you dislike, drop a comment below, and I will see you all next time.